What if I told you there are Chinese motorcycles that today are surpassing Japanese ones in quality, design, and technology? What seemed unthinkable a few years ago is a reality in 2025 that's leaving many speechless. Chinese brands have made a huge leap, betting on refined engines, premium finishes, and electronics that no longer envy traditional giants. In this video, we'll discover 5 Chinese naked bikes revolutionizing the market, not just for their excellent value, but for offering a riding experience that'll make you question whether you need to spend more for the best. So if you're thinking of upgrading your bike or just love staying updated on the latest in the biker world, get comfortable, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay until the end because these bikes will surprise you and might even make you rethink your next purchase. Let's begin. Zontes R350. Defined by its urban and sporty essence, this naked bike combines city agility with a minimalist yet muscular design, crafted for riders seeking style without sacrificing performance. Under its compact bodywork and sharp lines lies a 348 cubic centimeters DOHC 4-valve single-cylinder engine, delivering 39 horsepower at 9,500 RPM and 32.8 newton-meters of torque at 7,500 RPM. This liquid-cooled, fuel-injected power plant prioritizes efficiency with a 12.3-to-1 compression ratio, optimizing combustion. The chassis balances lightness and rigidity at 180 kilograms, which is 397 pounds total weight, easing dense traffic maneuvers. Front suspension uses a 42 millimeters inverted fork, while the rear employs a monoshock to absorb bumps without compromising cornering composure. Braking is uncompromised. A 320 millimeters front disc delivers progressive stopping power, complemented by a 265 millimeters rear disc, both managed by dual-channel ABS. The 17-inch alloy wheels mount 120/070 in the front and 160/060 on rear tires, providing dry or wet grip, though their mixed profile limits aggressive terrain use. The 6-speed transmission ensures precise shifts, ideal for exploiting mid-range power. The 15-liter tank guarantees range for urban escapes or short rides. Equipment highlights include full LED lighting and a digital dash, though missing Bluetooth connectivity or riding modes place it behind rivals like the Yamaha MT-03. Visually, its Street Fighter aesthetic features angular bodywork, high-mounted exhausts, and colors like matte black or graphite gray. Weak points: the firm seat may fatigue on long rides, and vibrations at high RPM recur per user feedback on earlier models. Priced at $4,500, it positions as an economical alternative to the KTM 390 Duke or Honda CB 300R, prioritizing mechanical simplicity over advanced tech. Ideal for urban riders valuing bold design and accessible maintenance, not for those seeking sophisticated electronics or off-road capability. Proof that two-wheeled fun doesn't require excessive displacement. CFMoto 450 NK. A naked bike fusing urban agility with cutting-edge tech, designed for adrenaline seekers who won't sacrifice intelligence on two wheels. With lines inspired by the NX C22 prototype, its aggressive aesthetic hides aerodynamic solutions like tank side cuts, reducing wind resistance. The LED front end casts an intimidating gaze. At just 165 kilograms, or 364 pounds dry, and a 795 millimeters, that is 31.3-inch seat height, it suits both novices and urban experts, prioritizing lightness and control. Under its body beats a 449 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled parallel twin with a 270-degree crankshaft and dual balancer shafts, eliminating vibrations. It delivers 49.6 horsepower at 9,500 RPM and 39 newton-meters of torque at 7,600 RPM, excelling in elastic mid-range response, perfect for sprinting between lights or confident overtakes. The 6-speed gearbox includes an anti-rebound clutch for precise downshifts. With 3.8 liters every 100 kilometers consumption and a 14-liter tank, it achieves 280 kilometers, about 174-mile range, enough for a week of city commuting. The tubular steel chassis offers torsional rigidity for precise cornering.
Suspension balances sportiness and comfort. 37mm inverted KYB fork with 130mm of travel up front. Preload adjustable rear monoshock. The 17-inch alloys mount 110/70 in the front and 150/60 on the rear tires, optimized for wet grip and durability. Brakes, signed by J1, are another strength. 320mm radial front disc with 4-piston caliper and Bosch dual-channel ABS ensure progressive stops even on slippery surfaces. Technology is where the 450NK shines. Its curved 5-inch TFT screen shows aero navigation, traction control activation, and real-time trip data. Via the CFMoto Ride app and MotoPlay, you manage calls or music from the handlebar. Full LED lighting with unique signature, plus adjustable levers and optional anti-theft or route recording, complete a package rivals reserved for premium trims. Ergonomically, its sporty stance doesn't sacrifice comfort. Low handlebar aids cornering agility, but mid-set foot pegs prevent fatigue on long rides. The seat uses anti-slip materials, and the minimalist tail accentuates its Street Fighter soul. Available in matte black, pearl white, or electric blue, each highlighting its angular bodywork. Priced from $5,719 in Europe, it challenges the Yamaha MT-03 and Honda CB500F by offering standard tech those charge extra for.
Voge 525R, a fusion of aggressive design, advanced tech, and premium components at a price that challenges Japanese or European rivals. With a silhouette inspired by the RR525 prototype, its aesthetic blends sharp lines, a T-shaped DRL LED headlight casting an intimidating gaze, and minimalist bodywork exposing the engine to emphasize its urban sport character. Unlike prior models, the 2025 version adds new color schemes and a steel cubular chassis repainted in matte tones for sophistication. Under its body lies a 494 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled parallel twin with DOHC and 270-degree crankshaft reducing vibrations. It delivers 47 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and 50 Nm of peak torque at 7,500 RPM, enabling 0 to 100 km an hour in 4.8 seconds and a top speed of 191 km an hour. The 6-speed transmission includes an anti-rebound clutch for smooth shifts, while electronic injection optimizes consumption with 3.8 liters every 100 kilometers in mixed use, achieving 300-kilometer range from its 14.5-liter tank. The high-strength steel frame supports a 41mm inverted KYB fork with preload adjustable up front and a linkage-equipped rear monoshock, both tuned for cornering agility/bump comfort. Top brand brakes include dual 298mm front discs with Ninsen radial calipers and a 240mm rear disc, managed by Bosch dual-channel ABS with traction control, disengageable for track use. The 17-inch alloys mount 20/20/70 in the front and 160/60 on the rear, with tires designed for mixed grip. The Voge 525R stands out with its 7-inch TFT screen showing real-time data like lean angle, tire pressure, and aero navigation via the Voge Ride app. An innovative extra, select trims integrate a front HD camera acting as a dash cam, a segment rarity. Full LED lighting including headlight, signals, and tail light that includes unique signature DRLs, improving visibility by 20% versus halogens. At 153 kilos, about 337 pounds dry, and a 785mm or 30.9-inch seat height, it's accessible to medium-height riders. The semi-sport riding position, wide handlebar, slightly rear-set foot pegs prioritize city control without long ride fatigue. The cushioned anti-slip seat features contrast stitching, reinforcing its premium style. The suggested price is $5,990. Its 5-year warranty and launch offers make it one of the most attractive nakeds. CFMoto SRK 700. Imagine a bike blending aggressive lines with daily ergonomics. That's the 2025 CFMoto SRK 700. This Chinese naked stands out for its sleek, stylized design, almost like a praying mantis on wheels, with an LED headlight giving it the mean look praised by the press.
Its 15-liter tank features rounded shapes for rider posture, while side fairings and a high tail create a sporty profile. At a 790 millimeters or 31.1-inch seat height and wide straight handlebars, the position is agile without straining wrists or back, ideal for city commutes or twisty roads. Though its official weight is around 192 kilograms, about 423 pounds, it feels lighter moving thanks to a low CG and balanced distribution. Power comes from a Euro 5 compliant 700 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled parallel twin. It delivers 72 horsepower at 8,750 RPM and 67 Newton-meters of peak torque at 6,250 RPM, placing it just above rivals like the Kawasaki Z650. Character is gentle below 4,000 RPM, but awakens past 5,000 RPM, pulling strongly to its 9,000 RPM redline. The 6-gear gearbox is precise, but the lack of an anti-rebound clutch demands finesse during abrupt shifts. The sealed chain drive reduces maintenance, and average consumption is 4.3 liters every 100 kilometers, offering 330 to 350 kilometers per tank. Cycle parts feature a steel chassis with asymmetric aluminum swing arm for rigidity without added weight. The inverted front fork offers 115 millimeters travel, while the rear monoshock is calibrated for sporty balance during hard braking or tight corners, though its firm setup transmits vibrations over small bumps. Brakes include dual 320 millimeters front discs with radial 4-piston calipers and a 240 millimeters rear disc, delivering progressive power aided by dual-channel ABS. The 17-inch wheels mount Pirelli Angel GT tires, ensuring dry and wet grip. Tech covers essentials without frills. A color TFT screen shows speed, RPM, temp, and fuel level. Bluetooth connectivity handles calls and navigation, and a USB port charges devices. Full LED lighting, including headlight, signals, and tail light, improves visibility, while practical touches like adjustable levers, a side stand, and anti-slip seat add daily comfort. But expect no advanced aids, no traction control or riding modes, a trade-off for its price. Its key appeal is value. At $6,745, it competes head-on with nakeds like the Yamaha MT-07 or Kawasaki Z650, but costs less. Compromises include functional but simple finishes and suspension prioritizing dynamics over bump comfort. In return, QJ Motor offers up to 6-year warranties in some markets. An unusual segment backing that signals confidence.
CFMoto 800NK shines as a sport naked, balancing power, tech, and design at a disruptive price. Its 799 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine, developed with architecture akin to KTM's 790, delivers 95 HP at 9,250 RPM and 79 Newton-meters of peak torque at 8,000 RPM, rivaling bikes like the Yamaha MT-09. This liquid-cooled DOHC engine uses dual balancer shafts, minimizing vibrations, while a slip-and-assist clutch and bi-directional quickshifter enable seamless shifts, ideal for exploiting its lively character in corners or traffic. Design merges aggression and function. Sharp lines inspired by CFMoto's VO2 concept, an X signature LED headlight improving night visibility, and a 180/55/17 rear tire adding stability without sacrificing agility. Ergonomics prioritize long ride comfort, seat height adjustable from 795 to 825 millimeters, which is 31.3 to 32.5 inches, wide handlebars enabling an upright position that reduces wrist and back fatigue. The diamond-type tubular steel chassis pairs with high-end KYB suspension with a 130 millimeters travel inverted fork that is preload compression and rebound adjustable up front and an equally adjustable rear monoshock. This setup, tuned for sport and comfort balance, absorbs bumps while giving precise corner feedback. Braking uses J1 components with Bosch dual-channel ABS. Dual 320mm front discs with radial 4-piston calipers offer modulation comparable to pricier bikes. Tech is a core strength. An 8-inch laminated TFT integrates Apple CarPlay, GPS navigation, and Bluetooth via the CFMoto Ride app. Voice commands adjust functions hands-free, while keyless ignition adds daily convenience. 3 riding modes are Rain, Street, and Sport to adapt throttle response and traction control, and cruise control aids highway touring. At 189 kilograms, about 417 pounds wet, and a 15-liter tank, it averages 5.5 liters every 100 kilometers for up to about 270-kilometer range. Priced at $7,490, it undercuts rivals like the MT-09 or Z900 by about 30%.
So there you have it. These Chinese nakeds aren't just competing, they're setting a new quality standard nobody expected just years ago. They're powerful, well-finished, modern, and above all, ridiculously fun for daily riding. If any caught your eye, keep watching because what's coming from China in 2025 means serious business. And if your passion leans toward adventure in dirt roads, don't miss our video on Chinese trail bikes shaking up the market. Powerful, robust, and with a spirit that'll surprise you.
Like if you enjoyed, subscribe so you won't miss what's next, and tell us in the comments which one you'd take home. See you on the next two-wheel journey.